Hello students, welcome to this online course of hydraulics engineering. So in the previous lecture we have started our new topic, which is open channel flow. So we have seen various type of flows and how the pipe flow is different from open channel flow, and we have seen various type of channels, and we decided that we will be discussing as per our syllabus only the prismatic channels in which the cross section area will be constant throughout the length. Anywhere in the length you can cut the section and you will get the same cross sectional area. So let us move forward. So today we are going to discuss some basic definitions which we will be using throughout this chapter. So this is a diagram and you can relate what are the things which we are discussing. So first is depth of flow. So depth of flow is this y. This is the vertical distance. Okay. So from the bed level you have to see in the vertical direction. This is the perpendicular direction. This is not vertical. Vertical will be this direction along the gravity. So this is your y. Okay. So it is a vertical distance of the lowest point of the channel section from the free surface. So this is your free surface. This is the free surface, and from here you have to anywhere you can just check what is the depth of flow. Depth of flow section, this is the distance normal to the bed which I was talking. This depth, this is d. So d is normal to the bed up to free surface, that will be your d. So if you resolve d in terms of y, you will get d as y cos theta, but the bed slope which we are providing in the field, it is very small. So in that case, if theta is very small, cos theta will be equal to 1 and d will be equal to y. So depth of flow and depth of flow section is assumed to be equal if it is not mentioned particularly. If it is not mentioned, then d is equal to y we have to take. Now what is top width? So this we are seeing as a from side. This is a side view of the channel. This is the cross sectional view. Okay, so this is the section here. We have cut the section and we are looking from here. So what are the things we are going to see? Top width. So top width is, it is the width of the channel section at the free surface. Okay, whatever the surface is exposed to atmospheric pressure, so that will be our free surface. Now next is your wetted area. So it is the cross sectional area of the flow of the channel section. So you can see here this whole section is wetted. So this is your A. One more term is your wetted perimeter. So the perimeter which is wetted. Okay, so let us say if it is a cross sectional section of trapezium. So in general, perimeter will be what? This plus this, all the sum of all the sides. But in case of open channel, we have to consider the wetted perimeter. So we will see this length plus this length plus this length. If it is this A, B, C and D. So P will be A plus B plus C only. We will not count D. Okay, so this you have to be very careful. Wetted perimeter and wetted area. Perimeter is different from wetted perimeter. Then we are having two more quantities, that is hydraulic radius and hydraulic depth. So hydraulic radius is the depth. It is a ratio of wetted area to wetted perimeter. So you have to be very careful while writing the hydraulic radius. This quantity will be useful, very much useful in further lectures. So hydraulic radius is what? Wetted area to wetted perimeter. And next quantity is hydraulic depth. It is a ratio of wetted area to the top width. So this quantity is not going to come in more into picture, but R is very important. Now let us see what are the equations which we are going to use for calculation of velocity. So there are two very famous equations. First is Chase's formula given by Antoine Chase, and second is given by Mannings. So these two quantities these two equations which we will be using very frequently. So Chassis gave the equation velocity as c under root r into s. So r is what? Hydraulic radius, which we have discussed now. S is the bed slope. Okay, so root over rs multiplied by c. C is Chassis coefficient. So this is a empirical equation. You have to put the values according to the, like r will, if r is in meters, then the quantity velocity will get, you will get into meter per second. So this is the empirical equation, and c being a constant, it is having a dimensions of l root l to power half t minus 1. It is not a constant, and it is a constant, but it is having a dimension. It is not a dimensionless constant that we have seen, like Reynolds number was there, Froude number was there. In general, the constants which you are going to see, mostly they are not having any value, but dimension, but here it is having dimension. C is known as Chassis coefficient. It may be observed that the Chassis coefficient C varies inversely. You might have derived this formula for laminar flow. So it is C is root over 8 G by F. G is your gravity, acceleration due to gravity. F is the friction coefficient. And on the basis of series of experiment taken in the channels of various type, two Swiss engineers, Gangelet and Cutter, proposed an empirical formula for calculation of C. C is 23 plus 0.00155 by S. S is your bed slope, 1 by N. N is your Manning's coefficient or roughness coefficient of the channel, divided by 1 plus 23 plus 0.00155 by S, multiplied by N by root R. R is your hydraulic radius. So if in the question, mostly you will be getting the value of C. If it is not given and you have to find, if you are having the values of R, S and N, you can easily calculate from this formula. Now second equation is your Manning's formula. Manning was an Irish engineer. His full name was Robert Manning. In 1889 he gave the formula for calculation of velocity. So it is very simple, 1 by N, R raised to power 2 by 3, S raised to power S to raised to power half. So you can see V is proportional to R into S, same as it was the case of, only the exponent is changed by Manning's. In the Chassis equation it was R raised to power 1 by 2, here it is R raised to power 2 by 3. Both are like not same, but they are quite similar to each other, and it is widely used because this is quite simple. If we are having N values, and there in Chassis formula we have to calculate C with a big formula, so that is why Manning's is preferred over Chassis. Mostly you will see, unless and until it is not mentioned, you can easily use the Manning's formula to calculate the velocity. Now let us try to see various sections which we will be using, and what are the parameters we will be using. Like we can calculate it, but if you are remembering it, that is good for you. So first is your rectangular channel is there, base width is B, and the depth of flow, this triangle is for water. If it is put over any surface, that means that surface is water surface. So this surface is our water surface. So what is the area? Area of rectangle is B into Y. Wetted perimeter, you can see B plus 2Y. So Y here and Y here. This Y plus B plus Y, that will become P plus 2Y. R is what? AYP. So area is BY divided by B plus 2Y. Sometimes R will be equal to Y when the width is too much. It is very high with respect to the depth of flow. Then we can easily neglect 2Y with respect to B. Then BY by B, it will become Y only. Top width is T, hydraulic depth will be Y. You can check by putting A by what was the A by T. So T is what B, you will get Y. Section factor, this factor we will be discussing in coming lectures. Right now just see up to here. For triangle, if slope is given, so side slope will be given 1:m. M is like for every 1 meter of your vertical. If you are moving 1 meter vertical, you will move m meters in horizontal direction, or you can say for every m meters in horizontal direction we will be moving 1 meter downwards. So in this way slope will be given for every 1 meter it is m, so here it will be m plus y, my, and here also my. So 2 my, 1 by 2 into y into 2 my, so you will get my square as. You can easily calculate the area. Wetted perimeter is 2 times of this y under root 1 plus m square, and take the ratio, this ratio also you can get. So all the quantities you will get very easily. For trapezium also, this is the area of the cross section. This will be b plus, just add b here, you will get all the values for trapezium, because only b is the difference. This middle section is coming in between the triangular section. And hydraulic radius, again you will have the ratio, and top width is b plus 2 my. So this table is very important for your future reference. Either I will suggest not to learn it, just try to understand what are the things, how they are coming, and in the exam you can easily derive them very easily. It is not very big problem. So this is all for today. Thank you.